Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. We're gonna have to admit we scared. Now, and backwards. I've been thinking about this for a long time. As a race, we got a lot of backwards thinking and a lot of cowardly behavior. And it oozes out of some of us. And I see it with the media. People think, when the media puts people on, they put effeminate black men on, or gay black men, or cowardly black men, or sellouts. Yeah, that's true. Or, super feminist black women, or just backward thinking black women, or just in general idiots. And that's true. And the thing about all of that is this: basically, they pay cowards to be cowards on TV. You see, it's not the fact that these people won't say anything. It's the fact that these people are in fear of the repercussions of if they say anything. And this is how you know it's cowardly, because we're just talking words here. If you're scared to speak, then how do you realize how deep a deeper hole that is, that you're scared to do something? Like, when people say, you know what, we need to do something drastic, you get people like, why? Like, I hate it when I hear black people like, them white, can't say talk like that, because them white folks. Like, oh, God, you a coward. And it's hard to talk to some of us, because some of us have been accustomed to acquiescence. Yeah, accustomed to acquiescence and conveniently being cowards. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna tuck my dick and balls between my legs because I'm gonna live to fight another day. No, you won't. How you gonna live to fight another day when you scared of fighting today any fucking ways? Like, a lot of y'all don't want to admit, a lot of the parenting style is parenting out of fear and cowardice. You know, don't say that, don't do that, don't talk like that. A lot of this stuff doesn't have anything to do with manners, or respect, or integrity. A lot of this parenting comes to do with punking out. Like, oh, you better kiss that ass. You better brown nose as best you can. Don't rock the boat, because if you rock the boat, Lord knows, oh. And just like we want to have these racial talks, we need to have a serious discussion on race. Why? Why? Like, what the fuck is discussing race going to do in America? Seriously. Why are we discussing race with white people in America? I think I think their perspective on race is pretty fucking clear. I mean, it's not that they don't get it; it's that we don't get it, motherfucker. You don't get that they don't like you. You don't get that they hate your guts. I mean, okay, so you pick up a book, slavery. You didn't get that memo. Reading about slavery, you didn't get that memo. Reading about Reconstruction, then Jim Crow, you didn't get that memo. Finding out about COINTELPRO, you didn't get that memo. You know, looking at the criminal system, you didn't get that memo. Chemical warfare, you didn't get that memo. Like, you know, the drug culture, you didn't get that memo. Media propaganda, you didn't get that memo yet. Like, miseducation, you telling me you haven't got the memo about what the fuck? They don't need to tell you that they don't fucking like you. They're showing you that every day. Police brutality, you don't get that memo? Like you can't. And to be true be told, y'all know what the fuck it is. Y'all do. But at the end of the day, you just cowards. You're just cowards. You might not want to do nothing that'll get you locked up and you lose your freedom. I hate to break the news to you motherfuckers. But even if you're not in jail and you black and in America, your ass ain't free. It's a difference between freedom and existing. You're not free. We're not free. We're just existing here. We have some successful people who are existing and some failures who are existing. But we're just existing. We need to come together and pray. You didn't figure out praying haven't worked yet? We need to appeal to people's hearts. I know you and I both know that the shit you're saying sounds good, but it hasn't worked in practical purposes in 500 fucking years. So I don't know why you think eventually, which is not a fucking date, it's finna work, which is not a fucking date, which one day we shall overcome, does not have a fucking date. And me saying this, people are like, well, what you doing? And I can dig it. And I realize about doing things too. I've done a lot of things. And the problem with doing things is you find yourself feeling like Harriet Tubman. You motherfuckers want to be in bondage. You really do. No, we don't. Are you sure? I still hear black people like, I don't want to be living around them black folks. Oh, really? But when you live in white neighborhoods and they treat you and your kids like shit, you know what? I need to move to another place. What? But I can't get mad because we're not taking care of our own fucking communities, which is more cowardness. You know how is cowardness? Anybody want to stand up to these gangs? I'm just so scared. Okay, well, somebody else needs to come do it. Don't. So you got people who are gangs and criminals who are causing havoc in the community, and you scared to stand up to them. Then if people come along and say, fuck it, we taking them out. Oh, no, you can't do that. We're going to defend these gangs by calling the police on you. Thus, what the fuck are you complaining about? That you scared and your neighborhood's fucked up. And then you complain about the gang violence and the police brutality, but you scared to handle the gang violence and you scared to handle the police brutality. Motherfucker, you just scary. And then somebody says, look, man, we might have to do some things that y'all may not necessarily like, but in practical purposes, it looks like it'll work better than the shit we've been doing. Why would we do that? I'm scared of the outcome. Really? You scared of the outcome? You scared, okay, so you scared of the outcome while you living in shit. Okay, you living in shit and piss, but you would rather live in shit and piss than take a broom and a mop and clean the fucking floor and actually see what you're living on. So you don't want to sweep up the mess. You just want to just stay there in the funk because you're comfortable with shit. You can't want to advance and be comfortable with shit because you're scared of structure, order, cleanliness. You're scared of a newfound way of living. Because maybe that newfound way of living might be actually something to fight to keep. which I think is the problem. People are scared because they might actually find a lifestyle or a life that is worth fighting for. And I never wanted to fight for anything in my life. I just wanted to be on my knees my whole life, which is a problem. Big problem. That's what all this backwards ass thinking is about. Because you can't tell me you don't know you thinking backwards. Or we as a community don't know we're thinking backwards. Can't tell me that. Because if you defending backwards bullshit like, yeah, that dumb shit makes sense. Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna sell drugs and come up and kill some people and 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 drive a Benz. What the fuck? That's your plan? Yeah, that's as far as your plan goes. Yeah, well, that's what it's supposed to do. I'm supposed to slam some doors, get some hoes, drink a little alcohol. That's as far as you thought this shit through. Man, you hate. Okay. These motherfuckers on t-shirts. Free man. You know, rest in peace, blah, blah, blah. Just shut the fuck up. Because I remember an old coach of mine when I was in high school used to say this, and I was saying it not knowing that he was saying it at the same time at the time. So these motherfuckers ain't scared of dying because they scared to live. And I think as a group, a lot of us, that's why we ain't afraid to die and we gonna die and go to heaven because we know good and fucking hell well we scared to death to live. Like, oh, take my life into my own hands and make the best out of my life. The fear, the horror, just punking out, man. Damn. But at the same time, turning on people who got the balls to actually take their lives into their own hands while coddling and loving people who are just fucking shit up. Jesus. All right, man. That's just how I feel about it. Peace.